Are they still talking?
Yeah.
Is she testifying? I'm sorry.
I don't know.
She is.
We're listening.
You wrote a note out to David.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Defendant's Exhibit 20.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness? Ms. Schneider, I'm handing you what's been marked as Defendant's Exhibit 20. And I would ask you to read that over and let me know when you're done.
I'm done. I mean, I remembered exactly what I said.
And is Defendant's Exhibit 20 a copy, is it a true and correct copy of the note that you wrote
Yes, this is my handwriting.
to David Pietz in September of 2010 when you visited him at the Chase Bank branch where he was working? Is it a true and correct copy?
Yes.
Okay. And what you wrote on the note to David was, David, we're planning to buy a house just a few minutes from here, and I will be in here every day to make your life as miserable as you've made mine. The new detective has vowed to get you, you murderer. How do you live with yourself?
Yep. Yes, sir, that's exactly what I said.
After you had written the note out, did you confront David?
Yes, I saw he wasn't with anybody anymore, so I went to him, put it in his hand, but I just looked up at him and I said, how do you look at yourself every morning when you shave?
And didn't you also tell the other employees in the bank that he had murdered your daughter?
Well, as he is making sure I walk out, he just didn't stand to have me around. I just said, he murdered my daughter. Hey, you know, my life has been, I have cried my brains out every day for 7 years. If he can't take being confronted by a 72-year-old woman, well, I'm sorry, but he's not much of a man if he can't handle that.
Ms. Schneider, your trip to the Chase Bank was the day before you met with 2 of the detectives on this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
And again, this was back in September of 2010?
Yes, sir.
And the next day, you met with the 2 new detectives who had been assigned to work on this case.
Well, the next day, I met with all the detectives that had been on the case. And yes, and I met Detective Pavlovich and Detective Millis for the first time.
Your Honor, we offer Defendant's Exhibit 20 at this time.
Counsel, you've already read it to the jury. It should have taken place after you offered it as an exhibit. But I will admit it.
Ms. Schneider, would you agree that you told the detectives in 2010 about this comment that David made to you at the funeral? I didn't think you'd take it so hard. Do you think you told them in 2010?
You know, I don't know when I told them. I'm sure I told them more than once. I can't believe that I didn't.
I'm trying to figure out, do you remember which detectives you told prior to 2010?
Well, I would have told Jesse Anderson and
Okay.
yeah.
And what meeting was that? Do you remember?
No, I talked to him all the time. I was really bugging him.
Okay. And do you think you told Detective Jesse Anderson and Detective Kathy
Kathleen,
Decker
yes.
everything relevant about the case that you knew at the time?
I don't know. My daughter had been murdered and had been left in the woods to rot. I couldn't kiss her goodbye. Do you think I knew what was going on in my head? I'm sorry. I didn't know a thing. I don't know what I said, what I didn't say. All I did was just cry my brains out.
Ms. Schneider, you did your best, though, to provide them with the information that they were
I
asking.
tried, but I don't know what I said and what I didn't say.
Your Honor, I don't have any other questions.
Anything else from the state?